Hey all, Hibber here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. So today I'm running a full secondary build on Lepanto, and I'm going to see if it's just as ridiculous as it was back in the day when you could just pretty much do anything you wanted with this ship here and its secondary build. Of course, it did require you to get into a pretty good position, which is why I say that yeah, it may be overpowered, but it was situationally overpowered. And a new thing in this video here, we're going to give away a new medal. It's called the Wanker of the Week. And there's a player in this match, actually this Riga here, that certainly deserves that medal. So firstly, let's look what a full secondary build looks like on Lepanto. Now there's of course different versions of this, but this is the one that I'm going with, the one I think works the best. So Revel with Hibber as inspiration, Hibber, and of course Haruna as the second inspiration. You can add others, but these are the ones that I go with. All commanders are leveled completely, so this is the best you can possibly get, right? So on the ship we have 4 heals, 3 smokes, and 4 ESTs. So that's pretty cool. On the ship we have secondary battery mod, we have propulsion, and then we have target acquisition mod. Yes, because we're going to hunt destroyers in this ship here, and this helps a lot when they're close but not close enough. So as you can see here, we have 4.1 reload and then 5.8 reload. Now this is nowhere near what this ship was born with back in the day. So before the famous nerf, your reload time would be 2.4 seconds and 3.4 seconds respectively, right? So obviously this is much better. And the range was also 9.9, not 9.5, but that's not that much of a problem. But the reload really does make a difference. Now this ship isn't useless, it's not as bad as I thought actually, it's still fun to play, but it's just not the same as it was, which is a shame, it really is. So before we start the fun and actually playing this game here, we need to get rid of the Wankers first. And as a CC, and I'm actually not a CC anymore, right? I'm just a private person playing the game, but almost any game there's always someone on the opposite team or even your own team who has only got eyes for you, only shoots at you, and just wants to sink the CC, which I get, fair enough. But sometimes it just goes a little bit too far. So that's why I've been thinking for a while if I should have my Wanker of the Week medal, but I've decided yes, I'm going to do it because this Riga here definitely deserves it. Because this medal is only given to like real wankers, not just your garden variety wanker, but people who put a whole lot of effort into making a really ridiculous play. So this guy is definitely the one. So I'm just sitting here waiting a little bit to see what goes on. I mean, I'm in the cap, I'm just keeping the reds from taking it, but at the same time just checking out what's going on here, because there are 3 enemies, and the other guys here on my flank actually doing a really good job, which is fantastic. I love that. So I don't really have to do anything too crazy here. I can just sit and wait, really. So the other Lepanto here, I really should have nailed him there. Unfortunately, the dispersion is pretty bad on this Lepanto here, especially because I'm not running a dispersion build at all. I'm running pure secondaries, right? So it's even worse. But that doesn't matter. That's not the point of the ship here. The point of the ship here is to use those secondaries to your advantage. So here we have the Wanker. So right now I'm thinking, wonder what he's doing, because he doesn't have torpedoes. So I'm thinking, we got a CC hunter here. He's going to ram. That is exactly what he's going to do. And he's in a almost full health cruiser, right? Not even 5 minutes into the game, and he thinks that a good play is to ram the battleship here. Now, first of all, I don't think he's actually going to sink me, even if he rammed me. But secondly, this is just an idiotic play, really. So hopefully you watch this, whatever your name is, and I hope you enjoy your medal, which will be Wanker of the Week. So I might actually have been able to smack him here just using my secondaries, and I have another main battery ready, but I believe it's the Mogami grabs him first, so thanks a lot for that. But now that we've actually gotten rid of the wankers or the most blatant wankers in the game, but you can actually start playing the game, you know, like a regular person, which as a CC is very, very rare. Just ask any of the CCs. So like I said, this is my first battle in Lepanto since the nerf, so I'm not really sure what to expect. Now this Riga here gave me a little bit of a taste of the secondaries, and they actually work pretty well. Like I said, I think I could have taken him before he actually was able to hit me, or at least before my main battery you know, was able to fire again. But now I get another chance to test them, and the Temporary here, it's sitting broadside, I'm in smoke, so as long as I don't fire my main gun, I'm fine. So now I'm just gonna see, okay, how good are these secondaries actually? So this is why I like Lepanto. You just sit here and you just bombard these players, clueless players here, with sap shells, and they hurt. And you know, as soon as he starts to go unspotted, I'll finish him off. But I want to get as much secondary damage as I can. There he goes, and then we'll just remove him. So that's why I love the smoke on the ship here. Now I said in my last video that the like the opera ship, the Verdi, Giuseppe Verdi, had smoke. It doesn't. I just checked afterwards and I played it one battle yesterday and it doesn't. But it does have a radar. So, you know, that could be fun as well. I haven't played that ship before. Thinking, you know, just burst into a cap, you know, radar the DDs and let the sap do its work. So I'm probably going to try that as well. But anyway, right now in this battle here, we're going to test out the secondaries. So now we had a cruiser, we had a battleship, and there's one destroyer in the battle. So I'm going to try to go find him. So like I said, this is a test battle. Like, that's also why I'm like, there's another battleship up over here. I'm sure that he's going to be able to handle this guy here, especially since he's eating a lot of torps right now. So instead of staying over here, I'm going to move through B towards A, because that's where the most enemy ships are, right? So they need some reinforcements over there. And even if this battleship survives over here, I can just deal with him later. It's not really a big problem. So I wasn't actually going to put this video up because I didn't think it was like spectacular enough, really. But you know, someone mentioned it on Facebook, so I thought, okay, well, I'll put it up. And it's actually the guy on my team in the other battleship. The French battleship, the one escapes me right now. But anyway, we're number 1 and 2 on the leaderboard in the end. So I'd say we both did very, very well. So anyway, I'm hunting for the destroyer. So it last spotted over here somewhere. So I want to see how well does my secondaries work on a destroyer, right? Because like I said, we've already tried the other 2 ships. So hopefully we can get a chance to test it out on a DD as well. Now keep in mind, with this build here, you are going to get frustrated with the accuracy of your main guns. Just keep that in mind, because they're going to be awful, and you just have to live with it. So you gotta get up close, like I was on the other battleship, like within 5 kilometers, I'd say, before you get anywhere, you know, anything you can call accuracy, basically. So for example, this Plymouth here, because he really should have been removed with this salvo here, but because my build here is a secondary build, he survives. He actually survives a few times. So anyway, we are looking for a destroyer, so it's just too bad. I think he gets 1 hit out of, you know, all shells, so that's a bit disappointing. So the reason I have the RGA module on this ship here is because of the situation that's just going to pop up, because I do primarily destroyer hunting in these ships here, or in this like Italian secondary battleships here, because these sap shells here, they just eat through destroyers so quickly. So that's why I would like to spot the destroyer at 3 kilometers instead of 2 kilometers, especially when we are, like in some situations, both sitting in smoke, and I have a little bit of an advantage there. Except if the destroyer, of course, is also running RGA. So anyway, I have decided that the destroyer is going to come around this corner here in a minute, and there he is. So now we're going to see how well the secondaries work on that thing. So I'm just hoping someone doesn't sink him before I actually get off at least a few salvos here, and you can see it just eats straight through him. So I could have waited and spotted him by just getting just 100 meters closer, but I think, nah, it's a destroyer. I better remove him. Don't want to test too much. So you can see now we're 5 versus 3, right? So it's not looking too good right now, but we are ahead on points. So I'm thinking loudly in my own head that it's probably the best way to win this battle here on points. So the best way to do that is go over here and rip the A cap out of the hands of the little cruiser over here, and just gotta get rid of this Swedish battleship here first. I never heard about that, and I used to live next to Sweden for many years. Anyway, gone it is. I mean, it's a kill, but it's not a very impressive kill. He does get off torps, but yeah. Anyway, there's 2 battleships over here, so if I can get or help remove one of them, that should, you know, pretty much seal the deal here. There's some torps coming from out there. Not really sure where they're coming from. Maybe the Karl Johan, but anyway. So this cruiser is making like the same mistake that all the British cruisers do, playing with smoke. Why? So he's sitting there and he's totally in like I decide everything now because he can't sink me, and I'm gonna take this cap, and there is nothing he can do about it. He can try to rush me with torpedoes, but you saw I nearly killed him before. He's down to like 5% health or something, so that would be a pretty bad idea. I have plenty of health on the other hand, and I'm just gonna sit here in the cap because I know where he is, so there's not much he can do. I can't really get at the constellation there, and the other Italian battleship is too far away. He is shooting at me, but he's too far away. Doesn't matter, we'll just wait for him, and in the meantime we'll just dispose of this annoying cruiser here, because look at him, he's just sitting in there, nothing he can do. What a silly build. So anyway, here I'm using my RGA module. Like I said, I can spot a ship at 3 kilometers. So I know he's behind the island here somewhere. So I'm just gonna get close until I spot him, and then I'll be able to tell, okay, is he actually gonna make a move for it? And if he is, which side is he coming from? And then I can just set up and pretty much just wait for him. He's got me sonared now, so he knows I'm coming. So this is, you know, the critical point right here. He could come now, and I still don't know where he's coming from. But sooner or later, I am going to spot him. So he's over there somewhere, right? So there he is, 3 kilometers. I see him, and it doesn't matter he has smoke now, because I see him. I spot him in a battleship. It's just so much fun. Anyway, that's why I like this Lepanto here. It's a very versatile battleship, and it's not like playing any other battleship, which is what I like. It's unique, right? Like you can do things in this ship that you cannot do in any other ship, even the other Italians. So, you know, I could get sunk in this battle here, so I want to make sure that we retain our lead. We're 2 versus 2 now with 2 minutes left. We are ahead on points, actually quite a lot ahead on points here. So I'm just going to make sure we grab this cap here, so there's going to be no mistake about who wins this battle here. And that'll be, I believe, my 3rd cap in this game here in a battleship. So, you know, that's what I mean. You can do so many things in this ship here with the smoke and with the sap. Like send the destroyers packing and just cap, and there's nothing they can do about it. Or, you know, just wait out cruisers like this guy here, and once they, you know, panic, then you finish them off. Done, finished. So that leaves just myself and the other battleship guy left. The guy who actually wrote me on Facebook. I believe so anyway. Yeah, Iowa Big Gun, there he is. So unfortunately he buys it here, but you know, there's a minute left, and what is this other Lepanto gonna do? We are way ahead on points. So I'm just gonna, you know, assume the position out here in case he shows up, and give him a salvo. But other than that, I'm just gonna sit here and let time run out and win on points. So Lepanto, it's still good. It's not as crazy and as, you know, yeah, crazy fun as it was about a year and a half ago with the insane reload on the ship. But I must say it actually still performs pretty well, and I might actually start playing this ship a lot more again. I used to play it a lot because it's fun. Like you can do a lot of stuff in the ship, like I said before, that you can't do normally in battleships, and that makes it fun, right? It's a challenge. So I'm just gonna sit here, 20 seconds left, and he may show up, he may not show up, but it doesn't really matter. I'm at probably a bit over half health. I still have a smoke, so if I have to, I can just smoke up, and that's, you know, the end of the deal for him. We don't have massive damage, but you know, damage doesn't matter. It's all about XP. So I hope you enjoyed the battle here, and like I said, it's actually quite an okay ship still, the Lepanto. It's not as bad as I thought. So probably yes, I'm going to play it a lot more, and I'm definitely going to play the opera ship, the Verdi, and see how that works with this build here. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you out there, and don't forget to subscribe.